good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome back to VIOC in Action. This is your host, Mr. Leon Hunt, better known as Mr. Ras Books, live in the building one time for the one time can cool can quench. And guess what? Today is a special show. Yes, I got a big show for you, a lot of information for you. I got a special guest for one, and I have a lot of information for our quote unquote. This is June, and every June, here in the Virgin Islands, our Olympic Committee, we have Olympic month. And granted, we do understand, yes, that the pandemic has been happening, COVID-19, just the whole thing, and it kind of threw everything off. But guess what? It just don't go out without saying that we have something for it. Now, here what? Big news, big news, big news. So guess what? Happy Olympic Day to everybody. Due to the concerns over COVID-19, we have eliminated our quote-unquote Olympic Day run that was normally we would happen on St. Croix and St. Thomas. But guess what? We got something for you. So since we ain't doing it in person, we're going to bring it on virtual. So guess what? The Track and Field Federation are doing a virtual Olympic Day run. So you see, we still get something inside of there for you guys. Alright, so this is for you, your friend, your teammate, your neighbor, whoever it is. We encourage all federations and people to join us. But how do you do it? Alright, here's the information. You can participate anywhere in the Virgin Islands. Now I do understand that we have listeners that's outside of the Virgin Islands, and guess what? You guys tell them that Leon Hunt said that you guys are welcome in here to participate. Alright, we can't exclude nobody from the Virgin Islands outside. I understand that they ain't here, but guess what? You from the Virgin Islands, so guess what? You are part of this here. So our Olympic Day, our virtual Olympic Day, is going on right now, literally as we speak, throughout the whole weekend. And here's how you participate. I need you to complete an online registration at www.virginislandsolympic.org/run/. So that's again virginislandsolympics.org/run/. Right? So here's how you do it though. You're going to go on there, you set it up, and you need to set it up on your smartphone because how else we going to get the information? So you set up on your smartphone or your fitness tracker. People that got a Fitbit or iPhone watch or Android watch, whatever it is. Something really simple. You actually got go on to Google Fit. It's free. It only costs you a couple of megabytes to download. And you go out there and you compete. So you download the app. It's called Google Fit, right? Or one of your Fitbits. It need one to be able to track your location, which is the GPS. And you're going to go out there and you're going to run a mile. You're going to run a mile wherever you want to run a mile at. And then you're going to screenshot that, of course. You get it. You copy it. And then, okay, so you get it. You complete your mile. You could walk. You could run. You cannot ride a bike because that'll be cheating. This is not that one that's for the cyclists. You guys are not included in this one, but I got information for cycling for you guys. Alright? Alright. So you go there, you walk a mile, or you jog a mile, or you run a mile. Cool. Like I said, anywhere in the Virgin Islands, and is due by June 30th. So you have until the end of the month. Alright, so you screenshot your route and your time, and you send us an email. Where are you going to send that email to? You're going to send that email to noc@virginislandolympics.org. Alright? So that's 4 steps. The first thing is, Olympic Day Run is being sponsored, of course, by the Track and Field Federation, Olympic Committee, and we're going to log on to www.virginislandolympics.org/run/. Download the app Google Fit. You can see it. You got Android phone, you can see it. If you got Apple phone, you could go to Apple Run. Same thing. You need to get an app that can track your map. Alright, the GPS. You gotta turn on your GPS on there. When everything download, you walk or you run your mile. You screenshot the information after you say complete. It can say 1 mile complete. You screenshot that. It's gonna say, oh yeah, good job on everything. You screenshot that and you send us an email at noc@virginislandolympics.org. Now here's the categories. Male and female separately, ages 1 to 9, that's one category, from 10 to 19, from 20 to 29, from 30 to 39, and 40 to 49, 50 to 59, and of course 60 to 99. You got that? And of course you're gonna you're gonna get a special prize. So bonus categories for more prizes. Make sure send us your run, and we also would enjoy a selfie too. Even a silly selfie would be cool. You know, let me get a selfie. Yeah, take a selfie out there, show us everything, have some fun with it. We're gonna upload it in our official Virgin Island Olympic Committee Facebook page. You go on there, you get to see all the excitement and entertainment. Um, that will be, like I said, everything is up on June 30th. So you guys got a couple more days left. We're gonna do all that stuff for you guys. But cyclists out there, people who want to cycle and say, "Well, I ain't into the running and I ain't into the walking, but I get my bike." So last week, you guys heard we did have our Virgin Islands Cycling Federation on air, and they too have an event. And their event starts on Sunday. That's tomorrow. It starts on Sunday at 7 in the morning. All right. You can log on to Virgin Islands Cycling Federation for more information. It's gonna start up East End. They're gonna run it. I think it's how much miles it is. I think it's 10 miles. I think. They're gonna start up East End, going about by Halfpenny. Um, Unfortunately, I won't be there, guys. So this time, maybe I'll be able to catch the next time. But they are still practicing social distancing, so make sure you keep that in mind. All right. So here, what though? You remember Virgin Island University Sports Federation are giving out free shoes. Yes, they're giving out free shoes. So here's the thing. I've received about 25 emails in the territory from some athletes for free shoes, and that's great. But guess what? I need more people. I need more athletes to go ahead and submit the information, and it's so easy. And guess what? You could use these same shoes in the virtual mile. So here's how you get the shoes. Eligibility only for Virgin Islands student athletes who are enrolled in K through 12 and higher education. So that's college or university. All right. So you gotta be from the Virgin Islands. You gotta be in school because we ain't want you to be no fool. All right. Okay, so how do you enter? I just need a one-page essay. And why is it a one-page essay? Because we like to do stuff academically over here because you're a student first and then you're an athlete after. So one-page essay with some simple information just telling us who are you? So I need your name, I need your school or club, I need your grade, I need your age, I need your phone number because I gotta be able to contact you. And if I can't reach you on the phone, I need your email address. I need your place of birth, and I need your shoe size. So definitely contact information and shoe size because what if you wear a size 15 and me ain't getting a 15 for you? You understand? So I need to know that. All that and part of the beginning part of the essay. And then just what? Tell me why did you choose this sport? It could be any one of those sports, whatever sport that you like. I just want to know why did you choose that sport, and within why did you choose that sport, I want to know three athletic goals. You must have three athletic goals if you're running or if you're competing or you're disciplined in whatever sport it may be. You gotta give me three. You gotta just three academic goals. I mean, sorry, athletic goals. And then, of course, I want to know what college or university do you plan to attend to? And if you already attend to a school, I want to know why did you choose that school? And guess what? You just put that down on one page essay. That's all I'm asking for. One page essay. And guess what you're gonna get? You're gonna get a brand new pair of Under Armour sneakers. And they got various style and design and sizes. The very important part. And guess what? It's you're gonna send all this information to VI University Sports with a S Federation at gmail.com. Say it again. VI University Sports with a S Federation at gmail.com. I need all of this by July 7th. Sorry, July 1st. Right? I need it by July 1st because I need to get these shoes. Like honestly, if you guys let me know between now and the 30th, I will get these shoes to you now so you guys could go do your your virtual mile, right? So, and here's the cool thing about this: within the same app, within the Under Armour shoes, is Bluetooth. He said, "What? What you said, Bookie? What Bluetooth? Yes." So you download the app. It's going to be Under Armour. It's going to say Under Armour Map or Under Armour Fitness, right? You register the shoe. You put the app, which is your phone, next to your right shoe. Each shoe has a Bluetooth chip in it. You sync it with your phone, and guess what? The same thing. It route the whole. It collects your route, whether you're running or you're walking. It maps your whole route for you. If other people already created a route for you, you could go ahead and choose that one. It show you so much stuff on there, and you could screenshot it on there, and you could also send that in there to us in Virgin Island, and you can also send that in to me at viuniversitysports@gmail.com, or you could also send that same information into us at the Olympic Committee at NOC at virginislandolympics.org. Um, so yeah, that's a lot of information. And man, let me tell you guys, man, today's show is pretty exciting because I got one of our coaches here. We're gonna be on in the second segment. We got one of our coaches here that explained to us how this coach has 150 athletes, and imagine dealing with 150 athletes during the pandemic. You know, hey coach, I need to train here. Coach, this and this and this and that and blah 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 blah. You understand? It's a lot of stuff going on there. So the coach gonna explain to us how he dealt with his athletes during the pandemic, and also we always got this thing between the Virgin Islands of whether if it's the big island of St. Croix versus St. Thomas, and we always forget about St. John's. But look, guys, we all gotta recognize we're the same country. You guys gotta understand when we compete for the Virgin Islands, representing the Virgin Islands. We don't compete for St. Croix. We don't compete for St. Thomas. We don't compete for St. John's, and we do not compete for White Island. We compete for the U.S. Virgin Islands, and that's spread out big, broad on our chest, on our back. And you have teammates who are from different parts of the territory, and that's okay. It could be some people from St. Croix. It could be some people from St. John's on your team, and people from St. Thomas and Walter Island. And guess what? Collectively, when we come together, we are one Virgin Island team. And let me tell you guys out there, we go to these games, we go to these competitions, and you know our opponents say? They don't say, oh, y'all from St. Thomas, eh? Or, oh, y'all from St. John's, eh? Or this and that. No, they say y'all from the Virgin Islands. They ain't care what neighborhood you from. They come in there and they come to compete. They come to run some ball. They come to run around the track. They come to bowl, as we found out bowling is a sport. Whatever the case is, them man come to compete against the Virgin Islands, and that's what we should get in Virgin Island A game. We have so much talent within the territory that you guys have to realize it's much more bigger than that. It really is much more bigger than that. Just like our pandemic that we're dealing with right now. We originally started out this in March, and was like, oh yeah, man, that's just a couple weeks. Then we was like, oh man, like this is a big thing, man. Yeah, it is. It's huge, and that's a way we should be able to think about the way when we compete, when we start to compete again, when that time is there. Um, it's it's much more bigger than us in our small neighborhoods, our tiny country. It's about all of us together, coming together as one, competing us against the world. Um, and yes, you heard it here on VIOC in action. But yeah, man, hit us up. We got free shoes for you guys. We got a virtual run. We got a cycling going on. And man, we'll be take a quick commercial break because I got a coach for you guys coming up, and the guy gonna spill the beans. Yes, I. Hey, good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the show. Just as promised, we're here talking, well, we're going to be talking to Coach Durant from Cornell University. AKA one of our Olympic coaches here in the territory. Um, Coach Durant, welcome to the show.
Yes, thanks for having me.
How have everything been, man? I know it's been a while. Well, technically, well, I guess it's been over a year since you've been on the show. So I guess welcome back.
I appreciate it. I mean, it's been a crazy year.
I know. Could you imagine? 2020 just started off, and everybody had all these goals, and just, I mean, we had the big games coming up. It was like 2020, we hear it all over, and then boom, the pandemic.
Exactly.
So I really have to ask, man. How have you been doing individually during the pandemic?
I mean, personally, I've been fine. I've been under quarantine. I was under quarantine for, I think it was since March. I don't know the exact date we started. It seems
Yep,
like
yep,
forever.
yep.
Once Cornell, Ivy League school was one of the first schools to shut down.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of people were messaging me early on, like, "Oh man, we're sorry you lost your track season." And I guess a lot of them at the time didn't know they were going to lose theirs as well.
Right.
But we were just the first ones, as usual. The Ivy League always being at the forefront of safety and being on top of things. So I've been pretty much working remotely um, since since March.
Since March.
Uh, and that's mainly consistent of recruiting and a lot of Zoom meetings and still having to interact with the team and whatnot. But it's definitely been different. Just it kind of changes up how we do things, and right now we're waiting to find out what's going to happen in the fall because we don't nobody really knows yet. Decisions haven't really been made about whether or not schools are going to let students come back in the fall, or if learning is going to be done remotely. So yeah, I've been good, but it's still a waiting game, and I know a lot of folks are still stressing out because no one really knows. There's a lot of uncertainty.
I know, like, I mean, each day, each person you talk to is just, well, like, can you imagine a place where outside of watching the movies and these games that we've been playing for X amount of years and watching, that the day will come to be like, well, I really don't have an answer for you, like, and I really don't know, and I don't have an answer, and it's like, most people always have an answer for something, but we really don't have an answer until then. So within, I guess they say, only time will tell, and
Yes.
I guess that's really true. So only time will tell.
I
So
know it's frustrating for a lot of people because you look to, whoever the authorities are to say, okay, this is what's going to happen, this is what we're doing, and at times like these, even those folks don't have
they
answers.
don't have an
They're going
answer.
back and forth on what should open up, what should stay closed,
The
and they open stuff up, and then they're seeing a uptick of cases. So it's kind of, it's a tough situation to be in.
Right. It's like in one of our last shows, we always say safety first, right? And I do agree, safety being first, and it's like we go on with our days. We say safety first, and then the other hand of it is like, well, safety is first, but we also need to open up and get some revenues in here and get this things the ball start turning again. But when it comes down to like you're a college coach from Ivy League, you got a lot of students, over 100 students, correct, of
Yes, we
athletes.
have
So
maybe 150 with men and women
you got
combined.
150 athletes that you're responsible for, that at the end of the day, whatever the students say, their parents is going to be like, well, Coach Durant, you said that this and that and this, so like you got a whole bunch of parents is like that holding you responsible for their kid, and I
Yeah,
know
in
that's
my
the pressure.
position,
Hmm?
yeah, in my position, safety has to come first because I'm not going to be responsible for a kid, coming out with COVID. They might want
Exactly.
me to have a practice.
Right. So, okay. So let's back up. Let's say during April when we was on lockdown. I know you've received a million emails. Hey, coach, man, you
Yeah.
think I could go do some hills? Or coach, hey, man, how much push-ups I need to do in the house? How was that period in sending out the workouts to your athletes, or even just dealing with, like, y'all were just about to be mashing up people in the Ivy League this season, and it's like, all right, guys, we gotta shut everything down. Hey, look, here's the new workout. It's like, what, coach? How was that period in August? I mean, sorry, in April.
Well, I mean, it was tough seniors, and they lost their entire season. So it was rough the way it just happened because we weren't expecting it. We were ready for outdoor, ready for pin relays and all the fun stuff that happens in April, and it all got shut down. I know a lot of kids when they went home, they still wanted to work out, because track is more than for college kids. For our kids, especially, it's more than just running track. It's a way to balance out their day. They're under a heavy academic load, and even while during the pandemic, a lot of the kids talked about how heavy the academic load was for their at-home learning, and
Right.
so they have to do that, and they don't have the outlet of being around their track and field teammates and training and sweating and working. So it was tough for a lot of them. I personally didn't give out. We gave workouts that they could do at home, circuit work and things like that, just to kind of keep in some kind of shape. But
Uh huh.
I didn't give them anything that they could give, they can do outside on a track or anything like that because everybody's in a different state, everybody's circumstance is different, and I don't want to put anyone in a situation where I give them a workout and they feel like they have to go outside and get to a track and do it, and that
Correct.
puts them in a dangerous situation. So, I know a lot of coaches were figuring out how they could get workouts during the pandemic, but I think the priority is to keep the kids safe and
Correct.
to help them get through the pandemic from a mental perspective. So, for me, it was less of giving out workouts, just staying in contact with them and making sure that they're doing well in this time.
See, nah, that's good, man, because I've realized like it's a lot of coaches out there is like, nah, man, you need to go out there, go sneak and do a 400 and do five of these and do this and do that. And you like, dude, man, it's a bigger situation than just track and
Much,
field right now.
much bigger. I don't get that. A lot of
Y-
coaches move like that. I don't get
Yeah,
that.
and
The, the,
and and the kid to even see a coach like, nah, man, this coach actually really care about me, like he really care about my safety. So that actually probably build a bonding between you and your athletes because they get to see another side of you and you actually do care about their health and safety. And the parents like, oh man, like Coach Durant really do care. So that's a part of the thing that I mean I'm glad that you're able to do it comparing to some. I mean we all hear about those other coaches out there. I even see people out there, I'm just like, yeah, man, my coach sent me this. I gotta go do that. I'm like,
exactly.
do
So
he
you're gonna
not?
send a kid to go. He got to go find a track during the pandemic, climb a fence to try and do a workout.
And the
You
thing
know,
is, he gonna do a workout to what? To run in what meet?
and you don't even know when the meet is. That's another thing. How do you plan training when you don't have no end? You don't have an end goal. So if
Right,
I don't know when the competition is, I can't go backwards and say, okay, you need to be in your best shape here. This is when you need to peak and run your fastest here. How do we plan a timeline if we have no end goal? We could do light workouts just to keep yourself busy, fit, active,
right,
work on mobility, core strength, things of that nature. But you can't really write a training plan with no end. You have no finish line, no
exactly.
end goal.
See, and that's what I at least for the athletes that I've seen around the territory, I've mentioned that to them because I really wanted to hear their answer on it to like when is your next meet and why do you think you're running or you just running just for your physical health? Like, just to even hear what they have to say to really
Mm-hmm.
put in their minds like, oh man, like maybe I should question my coach, you know. And like we said earlier, like we do not know when the next meet would be, anyways, or even when school is
Mm-hmm.
starting back up. So it's like, yo, just stop, stay home, and just be safe, man. You know what I mean?
Well,
Um,
yeah, I understand the need to do something, but I think there was a little underestimation of what this pandemic what it was or what it would become early on. It
definitely,
just,
definitely.
it's more important than trying to go out there and do a couple workouts.
Okay, well, so transition into how we didn't really understand what the pandemic would be. As you've seen, as everybody know, we have canceled we have postponed Olympics 2020 to oddly
Mm-hmm.
Olympics 2021. It doesn't even seem right to say it, but that's what it is. Next year, 2021 Olympics should be going on, and
Mm-hmm.
so now at least now it been postponed doesn't mean that it still wouldn't be postponed again.
Mm-hmm.
But now we mentioned okay, somebody have an end goal. We got a whole year, literally a year up from the date for Olympics now, and we still not open as we should be, but that's still a year out until things
Mm-hmm.
get regulated as the summer. This summer just started 4 days ago. Um,
Yep.
so official summer to the date. just start 4 days ago, and then we got to
Mhm.
go through the whole summer. We got fall. We still got winter. Another spring. We still got about 5 more seasons, and well, 5 more seasons. I guess we could say within the time being. So
Mhm.
stopping now, I think it was the best thing that could happen. But now coming into next year, 2021, um, what do you kind of see? What are some things that we might ideally say? Well, you know what? Here's some things that might could come up then, or something we may have looked over. Like, what's your predictions?
Well,
Um,
it depends on how this thing shapes out and what the end goal is. I don't know what the end goal is. I know why we did lockdown. I know we wanted to curve. We wanted to make sure that the cases didn't overwhelm hospitals. Right, that was the initial plan.
okay.
Um, and I don't know, I know that when things are reopening, they're seeing an uptick in cases. So I don't know what the goal is, from the authorities' standpoint, the folks in charge, the folks who make the decision. What are they trying to accomplish? And we also don't know what normal would be in a year because, I've been to a couple of Olympics. When you're talking about a massive event like that with, just tons
Tens
of
of
people
thousands.
filling stadiums to capacity,
Yes.
I don't. Are we ever going to get back to the point where we're sitting in stadiums with tens of thousands of people? I don't know.
Right.
There's a chance that we wouldn't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how are sports going to look in a year? Right now, lots of options are being discussed. Whether or not, how is it like, as a coach, how am I going to make sure my practice environment is safe? Whether
Yeah.
it's making sure folks are distanced at practice, wearing masks, whether or not there's hand sanitizer, different things like that. What are we going to do to make sure that folks are safe? Is this going to be the new normal? Are we going to have to go forward? And are sports going to change based around how COVID, spreads and yada yada? So there are too many unanswered questions
Is
to know.
is
I coach, the fastest guy from Spain, and also Virgin Islands Olympic team coach. So I'm preparing for the Olympics currently. I'm training folks, sending workouts out, and they're doing them to the best of their
their ability.
ability, depending
Mm-hmm.
on where they're located. Obviously, it's very different if you're in Georgia, if you're in St. Croix, if you're in Spain. They're very different. So I know that the guy, Coach Bruno, he's training right now for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And where he is, they're starting to open up facilities for him to train at. So he's been able to finally get on the track and yada yada yada. So we're proceeding with our Olympic preparation. Um, but that's still to say we don't know how things are going to look.
Right. Right.
I'm very skeptical that they're going to allow 100,000 people to sit in a stadium, Tokyo 2021, and
Ye-
so that's a big change.
it's
Uh,
I mean, even like I mean, my mind is just like this whole pandemic. I have numerous people on the show from different sports, but we also imagine like, okay, if Tokyo 2021 is gonna happen, when it happen, we have to leave. Remember, leaving from the Virgin Islands is ideally 10 million flights just to get to Europe and then go over there to Asia. So
mhm.
we're gonna have to take ideally it's gonna be about 5 flights, right? So we're gonna be over. It's probably gonna take us about 3 days of travel. Now traveling one, remember it's us and another 10,000 athletes that's going over here from worldwide. So wrong Olympic time, you're gonna see people in who's traveling from wherever because they're gonna have on their jerseys and coats and everything, right?
Mhm.
Everybody coming from different areas, and we all know different areas expected a different hotspot than others. I even still then we talk in 2021. We all come in now, ideally for the opening ceremony for 2021. You got 10,000 athletes there waiting in. Remember, before you get out to the opening ceremony, you all get in the back of the stadium. We all be huddling up. There's no way to social distance in
Listen,
there.
there's no listen. Hey, listen. I was in Rio 2016. You know, I don't know how you socially distance at the Olympics.
It's
Just
impossible.
given the nature of the competition, there's so many people. Even in the athletes' village, just thousands of athletes sitting together, eating together. It's just how it is. So it would be extremely difficult. I don't know how. I'm glad I'm not the one who has to make those decisions
I telling you,
because I don't know what you do.
dude. I know it. Like I think that okay, what we do is gonna take us not 2 weeks of Olympics. The Olympics gonna have to be on for 2 months if we want to
Mhm.
correctly social distance. Like we gonna put in stages. Okay, swimming. Okay, the 100 meters of swimming. Butterfly. You guys gonna come in on this date, and guess what? You only gonna be able to thing this date, and your event gonna take a whole week to happen, and then gymnastics
It's
gonna be over there, and
it's
then
still
soccer
it's
go.
still it's still too many people, and it's still, and then that would triple the expense of the Olympics, which already is, I mean, the cost is already outrageous. You know, people always talk about how much the Olympics cost, and the aftermath of the Olympic
Yeah.
Games. You know, a lot of the facilities getting run down and not being utilized. You know, I just trying to have the Olympic Games be extended because it already is over the period. I mean, I have to look and see what the exact period of time the Olympics are, but
Mm-hmm.
I know when we usually go to games, we're there for a month at least.
Yeah,
So
yeah, oh yeah,
so it's already an extended period. I'm not sure
yeah.
if adding a couple more months onto it is even is feasible.
So
Um,
how about this
I mean,
then?
and then what are the numbers? Like, how many people are going to be allowed, you know, to gather? Because if the number is 10, then you can't do anything.
You can't even if you're right. You can't do anything unless you're gonna play chess.
And then if you say, okay, well, let's have the Olympics, track and field, where it's just the athletes and the coaches and the teams.
Right.
So now you have a big empty stadium that costs millions of
Of
dollars, tens of
exactly
millions of
just
dollars. So it's
and
you know it's a dilemma.
it is.
Like I said, I am happy that I don't have to make the decision. All I'm as a coach, I'm just preparing athletes for next year and for the games. And as decisions are made, I'm gonna go, you know, just do my best to follow all the guidelines that are put out there.
So let me ask you because this is the elephant in the room. What if it was to get canceled? Sorry, that you can yeah cancel completely. We don't have a 2021 and we move on to 2024. What's your take on that?
Listen, I'm here, so here's how I am personally, right? Because everyone, it's like, look, it is what it is. That's how I feel about it. I don't want the games to get canceled, but this is a you know unprecedented time. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is new. This is different.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're slack about it and we're just trying to get back to normal as soon as possible, then a lot of people are going to get sick. A lot of people are going to get hurt. So
Absolutely.
I don't want the Olympics obviously to be canceled. But if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes, and people just have to adjust.
Yeah, I think playing that route personally, we don't want it, but it's like we said, it's a bigger situation that we outside of our own feelings and we've been preparing for. But
Mm-hmm.
come on, like this is a brand new virus that came through the place and mash up the whole world, put everything on pause. Like literally, you push pause. Hey, we never seen the world locked down so fast, boy. And I
Yes,
would
sir.
say, what? Not just one place, but the whole world. And to
Yeah,
rush
it's crazy.
back to just force something to go on. And we all know patience. Come on, you learn way much more when you have patience. And you even tell you have to like slow down, relax. Like, look, you're doing everything. Just slow down. Just relax yourself. You hear it all the time. Hey, cool out. Relax yourself, man. No, you gotta run everywhere. Just you'll see a lot much more when you slow down. Um,
Yeah.
so in the whole field over there, just relax ourselves. And even right now, the show going so fast, we gotta slow down. Cause guess what? We gotta take a quick commercial break and come right back in VIOC action with Coach Durant. Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to VIOC action. We're here slowing down things with Coach Durant, the fastest man. Guess what? You know what? I'm gonna say Coach Durant was one of the first fastest man of the Virgin Islands, and it's on the
Thank
record,
you.
and that's how
You
it
know,
is.
I don't why people don't seem to know this. I was the fastest person on St. Croix,
Look, I telling
hands
you,
down.
look, we're gonna say this show and we're gonna say the other show. Cause people may have forgot, but they could go to Harvey's restaurant in East. They got a big poster up there where you holding up your medal. It say fastest man, and it was in the Daily News. And once it's in print, it's legit. So
You know
see it
what? I
there.
heard they're closing down.
See, well, they better go there fast because they're gonna miss
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So if you guys get a chance to go there, if not, I took a picture of the same article that was there. Um, when we happened to be there, and I'll present that to people if they ask them for proof. And guess what? A lot of people don't know that you actually had the chance to run against the fastest man in the world, and
Of course.
it's a lot of people don't know that literally you was the fastest man. A matter of fact, we're gonna go back to your accolades for real because people gotta know this kind of stuff here. You know, like yeah, they're hearing stuff about coaches and everything, but you didn't just get there to be a coach. This guy used to be true. Like this guy used to go through a lot. You know, like
I mean, I was running for the VI since St. Mary's days.
from so some from
Yeah.
dog years, as the man would say. Um,
No.
and I remember some of the story of you telling us about running against Usain Bolt. Yes, I said it, guys. He ran against Usain Bolt, and but this was like back in I don't remember what country it was, but y'all was running the
The first
200.
one, it was twice in the Pan Am Juniors in Barbados. That was back in 2003 or four, 2003.
Okay,
And then I raced him at the Carifta Games. That was in 2003. Carifta in Trinidad.
you see there, so much years. And which people
Yep.
don't know, the man was fast back then too, you know. And the people didn't understand like the dude was a young fast guy. But so I guess I will ask this now because you had experience to run against the fastest man in the world, and now we
Mhm.
have athletes that sometime you know they get into the lanes and they got a faster man in the heat or faster man in the meet or whatever, and a lot of them they'll be scared like hey man
Mhm.
so explain to us what you would tell that athlete there that they finally met their match, that they run against the
Well, I mean,
fastest person.
if you're scared, then that's a coaching issue. You
Okay.
know, people always look at coaching like it's just telling someone to run, but coaching has a lot of different levels, and part of it is psychological. So
Mhm.
I can have you physically prepared to run fast, but if
Mhm.
mentally you're not able to handle competition, then you're not going to execute your race properly, and that's when you see people who choke up. You know, when they get to big race, they're fast, and they can
Mhm.
run a fast time at a local meet, a small meet somewhere when there's no competition. But the minute they get in the heat with somebody fast, it all goes away because mentally they're not prepared. So mental preparation is a big piece of how I coach,
Mhm.
how I train, making sure that you have your routine, making sure that you know exactly what you're doing when you get out there. You have a strategy in your race, and you're able to execute that race strategy regardless of what's going on around you, noises, false starts, whatever, whatever. That's a piece that I think a lot of coaches miss out on, the mental preparation. So for me, I've been in races where I was ready mentally, and I've been in races where
Mhm.
I wasn't, and it has a huge impact on your performance.
Definitely. I definitely agree to that. Coaches, you listening? Definitely get some of that news there because they will always say, "Nah, man, it's the athlete, man. I tell you not to be afraid of him, man." But you never heard the direction or the point of view of, "Nah, coaches, it actually is you." Like, yeah, yeah,
It is. It
it's
is a coach. It is a
you
coach,
know,
and a lot of it is how you're. When I coach someone who's the fastest, Bruno, like I said, fastest man in Spain. If I'm
right.
coaching him, I'm telling him, I'm feeding him that he's the best the whole time. I'm bigging him up the whole time. I'm getting him to think of himself in a different way, so that
Mhm.
when he goes out there, he sees. He's raced Bolt before, and he's raced Gatlin and all these fast guys, and he's done very well against them. Coming
Yeah.
down to the wire. And it's because he doesn't think of himself as being any less than them.
Mhm.
And so, coming from St. Croix, I think a lot of times, we may be physically ready to compete, but we don't think of ourselves as being as good as the people we're competing against. Whether it's going to CAC games,
Right.
Carifta, Pan Am games, a lot of times we're going to these competitions with just the mindset of I'm happy to be there to compete, but
And
not really thinking that it's possible for us to win, and that's a mistake.
and I actually see that within the decline in our sports, in our national teams. Um, when we was around, let me see, when in well, I guess we tell our age now, boy, but we just wasn't around not too far ago. But we spent a good core of the team for a good 8 years, I would say. I ran for 12 of those years, and 8 of those years we had a really good core of the team. And why I say a good core of the team? Because we literally had champions from all over in each event. And
Hmm.
when we went to these competitions, we went out there to compete. And I know we went out there to compete because, well, the times, the records, it shows the results never lie. And in time, I've started to not see our names anywhere and not seeing our names to pull up in like, oh man, like we usually have somebody at least in the finals or at least the semifinals. Oh man, what's this, the quarter round? Like what's round one? Like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we start seeing a decline in competition, although we were still there to represent our country, but I think we kind of lost pride within being an athlete and knowing what it is to be a national athlete for the country, or even yourself, or just putting talents out there, not just track and field. I'm talking about all sports. Not just gathering 10 guys to go out there and run some ball or run
Well,
frisbee or
I mean,
whatever.
personally, I feel like we have a national confidence crisis anyway, coming
Mm-hmm.
from the BI. I think we're better at a lot of things than we give ourselves credit for, and we don't put ourselves out there to be competitive with the rest of the world when we should. You know,
See.
what I mean, we're a Caribbean, we're a Caribbean country. You know, we have
Mm-hmm.
all the tools that we need to be successful. When it comes to athletics, I mean, we may not have the best facilities and whatnot, but we
You don't.
essentially have what we need, and we've had enough world class athletes to prove that. But it just, for some reason, we don't act like we have world class athletes and we have world class talent. And I think we're always shooting for a low bar. At
Mm-hmm.
least that's how I feel about it. When we should be shooting for the goal.
And we right there, like literally, dude. We have everything that we need. We have other countries that have less than
You
us.
know, if folks could train on grass tracks,
That's what I could
and
just
some
say.
insane kids, and if they could be
Exactly.
in Jamaica, growing up in a pretty rough situation, to come up and to be a world class athlete, then I don't see why we're not able to consistently produce that.
Yo, we
And
have.
not only just produce it, but we need to be talking about it. This needs to be something that we do.
Yes.
Just like we make just like we make rum, it needs to be we. That's how we put our athletes.
Right. Straight up. You know. Man. Man. It.
I mean,
It's.
think about it. Think about it. Even from a coaching perspective, I'm an Ivy League head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only black head coach at Cornell. Probably one of the only ones, if not the only one, in the Ivy League. From St. Croix.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a long journey to becoming being in one of the most prestigious coaching positions. And
Literally.
I'm just a guy from St. Croix.
Literally.
Just a guy who went to St. Mary's.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of talent.
And guess what? We've been look. If we go through our list of people from the Virgin Islands across the world, you'll notice when you leave, you got a lot of us out there that's doing amazing things, but it goes unspoken. Literally goes unspoken. Nobody knows. And our challenges that we had to get there, just as I'm not saying that other people didn't have any challenges, but the man, hey, when you from the Virgin Islands, hey, that's a challenge within itself. Y'all listening to me all day, y'all know this, man. Y'all read the paper, y'all live the paper, y'all live this life. Like, dude, it's the Virgin Islands is a beautiful, unique place within itself. We have challenges, and let me tell you, to see a young person, an old person out there doing what it's supposed to do of great things, it's amazing. Because a lot of people have a really good green grass on the other side, and they not do nothing with it. But we got it here and we could come through with it just like that. For real, for
Mm-hmm.
real. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Um,
Yeah, it's just like that's why I said a national confidence crisis, because it's just like an athlete being unprepared to go to compete. It's how I feel like a lot of us back home just we don't pursue this high level stuff, like we don't think we deserve it or we don't think we're good enough for it. We're just it's a lot of times I think we just falling short and we go on for the bare minimum.
we only could blame ourselves because the athletes out there, they've been taught from coaches, and the coaches have been maybe have been taught or stuck in some ways and not don't want to change. Um, it's not one thing. It's a number of collective things that happen to just impact us in one. Because let me tell them out there, when we leave the country to go to a Pan American Games, all the people see is Virgin Islands, and they don't care about
Exactly.
this, or what y'all done. They just see that, and that's what we show them. Is like, nah, man. Like, okay, this coach didn't want to do this. This coach didn't want to do that. They don't care about. They might know they to compete.
Man, man, let me tell you one of the and I don't care who gets upset at this, but one of the stupidest things I see this back home is us with this stupid Game of Thrones mentality where it's like St. Croix versus St. Thomas, and you have to be this person to be this person to do this, and it causes a lack of cooperation,
Mm-hmm.
which means we're dysfunctional as a national team
Correct.
in different sports in all these different capacities because we have this internal competition. If you're from St. Croix and you're from St. Thomas, then you can't participate. Like you just can't work together. I don't. No, I don't like them man. They don't do this. They don't know. It's just a whole bunch of just drama on a small scale. And then when we go somewhere, we just look bad.
Horrible.
We look bad,
Badly.
and it's pointless. It makes no sense
It's
fighting amongst ourselves. We're not that big,
right,
so
and
it's like we should be all on the same page, trying to get better.
so so
You know,
so why do you think that in your own opinion that we just don't see this? Like, come on. I know we're not the first person to have this discussion, even on air or in person. You hear this all the time, but
it's too close to the problem.
you know what I'm saying?
You have to leave. You have to step back and see it from the outside.
So
You
that
know,
so
I left St. Croix when I was 13 to go to. My mother worked at Central High School, and she wanted me to go to the States to live with family so that I had more opportunities. So I moved to New Jersey, straight from St. Croix to New Jersey, and that was
mhm.
a huge learning curve for me. But when you go someplace, when you make that move, you see that some of the things that we experience back home, it's just small things that's just not. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's just limited. It doesn't. It's not helpful.
Not one bit. And who get blame and they don't like I always say the athletes that's coming up in it there's going to be the athletes that don't get a chance to experience some of the stuff that they get held
Well,
back from.
it comes from the top down. It comes from leadership. It comes from people in positions of authority. It comes from our elders in the community who are perpetuating it. Because the youth, they only can learn it from the older
Only,
ones.
and that's
So
what he's saying.
there's always, let me tell you, there's always a lot of criticism from the older community. Oh, these youth this and youth that. Well, how do you think it got there?
Right,
it
exactly.
doesn't it doesn't miraculously just the youth don't raise themselves, they don't teach themselves, they're learning from you. So if you can't put the petty stuff behind you and decide you want to grow, and if you're okay with just sitting in complacency and keeping the same petty beefs that held us back this whole time, then how can we grow and develop as a community?
Man.
How can we develop and be prosperous on the world stage?
Hmm.
As people know about the VI, they've heard about the VI, so it doesn't make sense that we limit ourselves with this bickering and this internal stuff that really is not that important.
Not one bit. And telling you from the first day I started competing to the last day I seen it, and I'm just like, dang,
Even I
man.
mean, even with us as a team, and we got over that quick. But there was a
Yeah.
little of that St. Croix, St. Thomas stuff early on.
Dude, but the thing is, it wasn't even like I throw out a name with us. We had our one of our teammates. David was from St.
Exactly,
Thomas,
exactly,
but even at that point, they were just like, so. I was just worrying about
exactly.
times. Like, okay, I don't see from what part of territory you from. I just
Either you
see
fast or you
it.
slow.
Yes,
And if you
exactly.
fast, then
That's
we want. And that's why,
talents.
but that's why we broke the 4x1 national record.
That's
We
it.
weren't worried about who's from where and what. That makes no sense. You're
It
the fastest person, then you're the best person for the job.
That's it. Hey, can you do the job? Look, okay, your time is this, your time is this. I ain't care where far you from. Let's go out there.
What
We
kind
do
of
it.
sense? This is track and field. So you think I'm gonna put your cousin on the 4x1 just because he's from where you from?
Absolutely not. Look, same thing with basketball. Same thing. Hey, if you could shoot, I ain't care if you from St. John's, and you could shoot. See it there. This money in the game. Okay, in volleyball, let me tell you, I ain't care if you is 6'8" or 6'9" and you from Water Island. Okay, bam, you there in the game. You check whatever. That's the skills talk for itself. The skills. That's all we needed. We don't see we ain't seen where you from. Is look, we are from the same place. We got different talents and our skill levels. That's how we gonna play the game. We go out
But
there.
even when I go home, it's the same stuff. Oh, all of the checks going to St. Thomas, none of them coming to St. Croix. All of the new vehicles going to St. Thomas, none of them coming to St. Croix. It's the same stuff. And I don't know if this stuff is true or if it's just perspective.
This stuff is
I,
just sit back and just make you. It'll just make you. All I could do is laugh and just give it
because
because I
it's
can't
been my
believe.
it's been my whole life that I've heard this stuff.
The thing is,
And you know,
none of it
go
makes
ahead.
any sense, man. Like I'm just like, what are you talking about, man? Like what?
So either this stuff is true and it's a real incompetence in leadership allowing this to divide us, or it's not true and it just seems like it's true, and because people don't have any background information and perspective, that's what they just continuously complain about and talk about. That could be the case too. So
Man,
I don't know which one it is. From the outside, it seems like it's just a bunch of complaining over stuff, but whatever the whatever the cause, there needs to be a solution. We need to come together on this stuff.
well,
And I would think that a pandemic is the perfect opportunity for us to come together and get on the same page with everything, so that we can move forward.
you see it there. Hey, if all I know, you heard it live here on VIOC in action for sure. And you're gonna keep on hearing it again. That's what we're gonna tell you guys, man. So, Coach Durant, where can people
Yes.
reach you at? What's your next moves? What going on?
You can find me all over social media, Instagram, Facebook, AKD Coach on Twitter, Instagram, on Facebook, Adrian Durant. Right now, I'm recruiting from home. I'm working on a podcast, a track and field podcast, so that should be coming out pretty soon. And on a side note, I'm actually trying to start a business back home on St. Croix.
There it
I
is.
actually reached out to the governor to kind of ask some questions and get some information and whatnot. So we'll see how that comes together.
See, I'm right there again. The partner leave, coming back, spreading wealth to the whole country. That's what we do, man. We all one place. We bringing it together, man. But y'all heard it here live on VIOC in action with Coach Durant,
Thanks for
representing
having
the
me
Ivy
again.
League, Cornell University, the Big Red. All right.